I can't believe this is the last Christmas tree already in my princess series, and I've just loved doing this one with you, so I saved another beautiful classic for last that I know you're going to adore. And the best part is, guys, all of the things that I suggest in today's video, I'm going to leave them in the description below, so that way you can consider me your personal shopping assistant. It's going to be so much fun, so let's get started. This is Christmas tree number 4 in my mini series, and this one is based on the movie and the Disney princess Snow White. This character has been one of those that is definitely one of the older Disney characters in the Disney princess scene, and so it is loved by so many because of that. And in addition, there's actually been a remake on the Snow White this year, so many people are now falling in love with the character over again. And so it's what a beautiful way to celebrate this character and take a look at ways that we can make a Christmas tree based on this theme. Snow White has such an iconic dress with the blue and the red and the yellow. Anytime you see that color combination running around Disney, you know exactly what Disney princess that theme is trying to emulate. And so there's certainly a lot of beautiful options that we can create on this Christmas tree. And we're going to show you how to do that in a way that's going to be elegant and suggestive of this wonderful theme, but not necessarily completely on the nose. We're not going to be putting, Grumpy and Doc in the Christmas tree unless you have little ones and you have these characters at home and you want to make that Christmas tree well suited for a little one. I think that is a nice option. But I think to keep the tree elegant and also just somewhat of a nod to that character, this is how I would suggest that we go about creating such a beautiful Christmas tree. So to start, the Christmas tree, we could do it in a couple of ways. So I think that a natural Christmas tree is a nice way to start. And so if you have one yourself, you wouldn't even have to get a new Christmas tree. Another option is, of course, a white Christmas tree. We're talking about Snow White here. And so that is something, if you wanted to use as a base, would also be quite beautiful. And the same with a flocked Christmas tree. It's not going to be pure white, but it's going to give you that light undertone. Now for the ribbon and the fabrics of this Christmas tree, as you have seen from my series in general, that these Christmas trees, I like to drape a lot of fabric into the Christmas trees as well as ribbons. And these Christmas trees in particular, because they're based off of Disney princesses, I want to kind of replicate the feeling a little bit of a ball gown. And so I did select quite a bit of ribbons as well as draping fabrics that you can place throughout this Christmas tree in the various colors. I have yellow as well as royal blue and red. And a nice accent for this Christmas tree is also gold. And so I think the yellow and the gold are important colors to add in with the red and blue, because you want to make sure that the Christmas tree looks more like a Snow White color scheme and not necessarily an Americano theme. For the garland on this Christmas tree, I love these blue roses. The royal blue roses are a nice way to hint at the princess aspect of the Christmas tree we're creating. I did include some gold beads as well, and I would drape those in the Christmas tree as it just kind of in and out, as to look almost like pearl strands or necklace, strands of beads hanging throughout the Christmas tree in random effects. And then I also included some red ornament garlands. And so I think that these may be interesting to add to make sure that the Christmas tree stays on point for that Christmas vibe and feeling. And so adding these little quintessential Christmas items are going to make sure that we kind of stay in that category of this is a Christmas time, Christmas tree. For the picks on this Christmas tree, I have many beautiful options. Again, they're going to be going in the royal blue to the reds and to the yellows, and some gold if you'd like to accent that as well. Many nice options from the leaves to the berries. These things are going to be making sure that we add beautiful texture to this Christmas tree. Especially I like to add in flowers as well, so like the magnolia type of flowers. I think these have become really beautiful accents at the points where the ribbon or the fabric drape into the Christmas tree to kind of anchor that. And I think that another option that is really beautiful to do with all these picks is to assort them for a tree topper. Tree toppers, I think, out of picks always looks quite lovely. And so you would do it, let's think about that you're trying to create a bouquet at the top of that Christmas tree to give it a lot of nice dynamic topper on that tree. For the ornaments on this Christmas tree, of course, we need to talk about putting in some red apples, because Snow White, it's, I like to add a little bit of the theme. I'm not necessarily going to put characters in the Christmas tree, but a red apple or two I think we do have to add. I would absolutely add in some beautiful royal blue ornaments as well as some blue finials, because I want to make sure that that's getting a nice Christmas vibe. Adding in some of these beautiful yellow ornaments is going to be really nice. Again, one of my favorites is the velvet yellows. Of course, it's beautiful. And a yellow gold is going to be the type of gold that you're going to want to consider when you're pulling in these gold accents into the Christmas tree. And then I would even do still nice large pops of red throughout the Christmas tree with red ornaments, or some larger oversized red ornaments that are kind of like finials as well. I think this would be a really nice option in adding in accents to the Christmas tree. For a tree topper, I don't normally put bows like this on the top of the tree, but I think that this is a really nice bow because I like the shape, and it reminds me more of the bow that Snow White wears on top of her head, and so I do like this bow. And then in comparison to kind of like your classic kind of Christmas tree package bow that's kind of, where we loop the ribbons, this type of bow is not as great in my opinion for creating a tree topper, because the ones that I see on Amazon, they typically have the large bow and then they just have strands that kind of just hang down in straight lines off of it, and I don't like that look as much. I like the loops of ribbon and such to be organic through the Christmas tree and flowing with the tree like a fabric and not necessarily laying on top, and so I don't typically use those ones, but this red bow is quite lovely. You could use a red finial on top of the Christmas tree, or even something beautiful like this gold Moravian star that has a lot of dimension to it. For the tree skirts, of course, a red tree skirt is going to be a nice, beautiful accent to this Christmas tree, or a royal blue Christmas skirt, or even a faux fur. That white, again, bringing that in from Snow White, is going to be a really nice, cozy option. And something that I found, actually, that I thought was very pretty was this Snow White wrapping paper from Italy. I thought, wow, is that a beautiful accent to add maybe around some packages underneath of this Christmas tree to just touch on that Snow White theme. And it's very, very beautiful wrapping paper. I thought that would be a nice option to create a little bit more interest to your bottom of your Christmas tree. And as far as tree skirts goes, you know that I also like to do a lot of fabric draping, and so you could use fabrics that I have at the top of the Christmas tree to create a voluminous type of tree skirt, you know, where we're going to be adding in the fabrics as if we were seamstress and we're adding in a ball gown to the bottom of this Christmas tree. And so that's something to consider as well. So guys, you'll have to let me know what you think of this Christmas tree. And if you guys are going to be putting in any Disney Christmas trees in your home this year, you will have to send me a picture. I'd love to hear about it. If you haven't yet already checked out my book, The Grandeur of Christmas, I think you should. It would be such a wonderful addition to your library. It's going to help you with decorating as well as planning, and just something that you can keep all of your beautiful memories together. I appreciate you guys so much for coming today and watching my video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.